friends, it's Agnes coming to you with a not too spooky Halloween project. Are you ready to make a witch with me? So if you are, grab the book and let's have fun. Okay, so grab the book. Ideally, you do not want to have hard covers like mine, but you know what? I just wanted to show you how to fold it. But even if you do have the hardcover book, all what you need to do is just remove the back of it. As you can see, the front and the back. And then as you do so, you have to make sure that your book is still intact. Okay, and that means is you are ready now. So let's grab the one page and let's start folding up one page and put it right folded right on to the inside of your book pages, the whole plick of it, and then fold it one more time until you're going to have that little tie. And then all what you need to do is just lift this up. You can flip it on the other side, or you can just lift it up to the page and fold it back up to the core of the book. That's it. It's super easy, right? Done right now is I created a little stand for my little witch. So see, there are one way. If you do want to have the freestanding base of your witch, you just have to fold it a little bit wider, but that's it. Okay, so let's pretend that my book is all folded. So now it's time to close it together. So as I mentioned earlier, you have around 100 pages that I folded, and it really does not take too much time to do it. I was watching television or news, and I folded all up. So all what you need to do is just simply glue both ends together and make sure that all those openings are nicely filled in. Take a little bit of the bending here and there of the book, but don't worry, nothing is going to happen to the pages. But also there, if you do wanted to add additional little details at the end, you really do not have to worry about back of it. But in the meantime, let's move on to another portion. I do wanted to actually stencil all over my book. So I took my stencils that I do use for my mixed media projects, and I've mixed the black paint in a little spray bottle from Dollar Tree with the a little bit of the water, and that's it. Putting my little zipper bags on, because obviously I did not have a handy gloves. The zipper bags are there. Wrap my stencil around my folded book pages, and all what I'm going to do is, look at this, I'm spraying it all around. How fun that is. Not going to lie, I was a little bit afraid, but now look at that design. Do you see this? Absolutely awesome. So now make sure to wash your stencils right away, because even though acrylic paint is washable, it still leaves a little hues because it's black. Okay, so a little bit of a drying to speed up the process. I usually like to wait when it dries on its own, but for the purpose of this video, I simply dry this out. Okay, let's clean up the our space and make hat and head of our witch. So I do have two book pages that I put the accordion, I would say around less than an inch each fold, and then I connected it, hot glued them together, and then of course I'm going to try to make a little rosettes. That will be the bottom of my hat. But before I do that, I need to make sure I have a top of my hat. So I took another page and I made a little cone, and I'm going to just simply see how big my rosette is, cut the bottom of it, and then of course, boom, I've got myself a hat. Okay, so now let's keep on adding, but I don't think I want to paint anything until we are all done. So I've got the hat. Now I need to make some kind of a little collar. So I've used another book pages, and I actually cutting them to fit them right underneath my witch's head. And it seems like enough cutting, perfect little distance on there. I'm connecting the ends of my accordion, and I think I am all good right now. Yep, a little bit maybe of a paper right in the middle to hold my little rosette all together, and we are all done. Absolutely love that kind of projects when they have a little components here and there. Okay, so I've got my two rosettes, one for the hat, one for the neck. I do have my cone for the hat, so all what I need to do is just, obviously, as the witch should have, a little bit of the black. So all what I've done, took a black paint, and I just simply had fun smearing my black paint all over the creases, on the edges and everywhere, and of course painting the cone, because now look how pretty that's going to look. And as I was looking at it, it seems like my cone was a little bit too big, so I cut it a little bit. So now I do have a wig. my son's old Halloween wig. So I decided to cut the little strips out of it, actually follow those little grooves right there, and then use the same bottle with the acrylic black paint and spray paint them over them and let it air dry until they were darker. They do still have a nice blue hue, but I actually do not mind. So here we go. I'm going to wrap the two pieces of the hair I cut and painted and wrap around my big wooden ball, and with a little bit of the hot glue, glue this all nicely together. And here we go. My Hot Mess Express witch head is already done. Okay, so now let's decorate a little bit of the witch's hat. That means I'm going to add whatever I have laying around my table. So I've added a little bit of the beads that I had on a string. I just wrapped them up and I did not glue them all along. I just glued them on the top and on the bottom. And I do actually like that they make that additional noise. Not like the witch is going to be walking on anything, but you know what? That's what I always do. Okay, so one portion is done. Time to decorate the neck. So I have another strip of those beads that I've cut the 4 pieces of, 4 rows of. And I just decided to wrap right on the top of my book pages and just hot glue them together and create that little V necklace. How awesome is this? I'm going to put it, just simply drape it right on the top. And how fancy is my witch already? Obviously, I gotta use some hot glue to make sure that it's not turning. And now I just took my kids' old candy bag that I thought that I would have made actually awesome cape. So I just simply cut some kind of a strip, put my little bit of my witch right on it to see how good I was measurements wise, because if you follow me for some time, I'm usually not measuring. I just do it by eye, and it seems like everything seems fit perfectly except it was too long. That's it. Cut the strip, and I guess I'm going to cut a little bit more on the side. That's it. It's done. I've got myself a little pocket there. Okay, so now I have them all. Time to create arms. So all what I've done was to roll up a little bit of the paper, secure that with the hot glue, and of course made sure to cut them on the same angle, and that's it. Hot glue them usually right by the neckline, right there, because, and I'm not going to really hide anything, because remember, we do have a cape that it's going to hide everything, so it's all good. Okay, now the worst part is always the cape, because it takes a little while and it requires a little bit of the wiggling there. So as you can see, it's my back. I'm not going to really worry. I'm going to take it to my advantage and cover this with the cape. So all what I'm going to do is just pleat on the top of the arms that I just glued on a little bit of that fabric and hot glue it back to the witch's body. Of course, not to waste the time, I do have a Dollar Tree that glass stand, the candle stand that I painted black. I'm going to just simply top it off with lots and lots of the hot glue and then stand my witch right there. Notice that I'm still holding her cape, gluing her bottom. I am multitasking. Oh, look, the cape is actually standing still. Okay, so here I have another Dollar Tree accessories. I have the witch's broom. You could have actually made it yourself, but why? I have them. So I cut them a little bit because they are a little bit too long for my witch, and it should fit fine. But of course, there is no project that I make without adding a little bit of the gold. So I'm just using my Gilding Wax. I'm going to put the description and exactly the link where you can get them in my description of this video. I'm just going it all over the edges of the book, edges of my little rosettes that make the hat, just to add a little bit of the glitter. I mean, usually it does settles beautifully with a tiny shimmer. Okay, time to glue the head to a hat. Well, I promise the witch is not hurting. I've added a lot of the hot glue, and then I wanted to make sure that I place my hat to create some kind of a personality of my witch, and I decided to place it a little bit on the angle, just so it is looking funny. So here we go. The moment of truth. She looks super nice. I just need to organize her hair, but that's okay. That's going to happen as I'm going to be looking at her. So glad that I've actually made a video how I was making that witch. Look how awesome she looks, even with her messed up hair. I love her. Okay, time to glue her hair, the head, and here we go. Here she goes. I cannot believe this. Look at that. All that little details right on her. And here is another witch that I've made last year, and I'm actually super glad that I end up making another video this time around showing you how I made one last year. So this is my daughter. This one is always in my daughter's room around the Halloween time because we really do not decorate creepy. We do sweet Halloween, and then of course that's me on the back. Let's pretend it's right on the back. I absolutely love this project, and I so hope that I inspired you to grab the book pages and have fun. Well, no, she definitely needs the hair trim. Have fun with anything that you have around the house, right? To create fun decoration. Again, thanks for watching, and if you are not subscribed, make sure to subscribe. Bye.